Hi everyone, it's Annie Alex. Today we will be talking a little bit about toxic people, who is toxic, and how to spot them. So, let us first start with what exactly does it mean to be toxic? When someone is toxic, that means they're abusive, unsupportive, or just plain unhealthy emotionally. In any case, when someone is toxic, they are not bringing you up, but they are bringing you down. And actually, every one of us can be toxic. Even you can be toxic without realizing it to those around you. So, the idea is that sometimes we are so into our heads, we actually do not understand that we are being toxic, we're being unhealthy towards someone else. Let's take a look at the signs of toxic people. There are a lot of them, but maybe let's see, for example, for too many crazy people in their past. That means that people blame others for their own mistakes. They cannot be the one to blame. There's always something else happening. There is always someone else is guilty, and they're just the victim. If you or someone else around you does that constantly and not just like a one-time thing, that will most likely mean that they're toxic, especially if combined with some of the other signs of toxic people. So let's see what they are actually. Like it's withholding, they withhold attention, but in the same time, they actually have an insatiable need for attention. And that attention they actually try to get not only from you, but because, for example, a toxic person might actually become obsessed with you, as you can see here, and then want just your attention, or they might surround themselves with people or potential mates, potential romantic partners that actually idolize them and praise them, just so they get attention. And in the same way, they actually might try to start comparing you with them, with those people, start de-evaluating you because you're not measuring up to the comparisons. They might start gaslighting you, and gaslighting means that when you say that you witnessed something or that you experienced something, they straight out deny it. If, for example, you had an appointment with them and they got late, you tell them they got late, and then they flat out refuse. No, I was on time. And gaslighting especially refers to bigger things, which actually makes you stop trusting your own judgment, stop trusting your own perception. Toxic people are way too secretive. They might start threatening that if you don't do something that they want, they will end their relationship with you. They might actually be controlling. They might want to know where you are every single minute of the day. They might want to know who you're talking to and actually demand to know who you're talking to. This is especially important for generators, if you remember from the human design. But if you feel in your gut that that person is not for you, run. They're really not for you. And for people with defined spleens, when you feel on edge around someone, that is also not a good sign. For everyone else, you really have to learn to compare your own perception of someone with that around you. So if someone starts talking to you like he is not good, he's dangerous, maybe take their words, maybe think about it. Just take a look from an outsider's perspective if that person is actually healthy for you and supportive of you. If they're disrespectful to you and your boundaries, that is a straight off sign that that person is not for you. They might be manipulative and extremely hypocritical, which means that when they do something and they say something else, well, actions speak more than words. If they're talking to you how they hate cheaters and then they go out cheating, you really should take a look on your relationship with that person. I'm going to upload the presentation under the video so you can actually have this list of signs of toxic people. And in the meantime, you can start reflecting on what and who is in my environment. That is an exercise you can find in the reference guide. And be honest with yourself. Even if you have feelings for someone that is not the most healthy towards you, if they're maybe abusive or just plain unsupportive, Be honest. Write it down. And afterwards, you can start decluttering. And how do you declutter toxic people? You start by defining your boundaries. In the next chapter, we'll talk more about boundaries. What are they? How do you define them? How do you set and enforce them? Because that is also the way you can find the people, the best people for you. When you have your boundaries, you know where you're comfortable, you know who you are, and you can find people that accept that. You're actually going to start attracting people that accept that. We'll talk more about visible confidence and boundary setting and authentic living in the next chapter, which is our last chapter. I'm excited to see you there.